Today, this is the first public stop on the Mayday for Marriage tour. All right? The Mayday for Marriage tour. This tour is going to be working its way all across the state. It starts at Elmira today. We'll be departing for the Capital Region. We'll be in Buffalo. We'll be in Long Island. We'll be in Queens. We're going to be in Rochester. We're going to be all across the state, crisscrossing the state, reminding people that marriage between a man and a woman matters.
We can make a difference. It only takes a handful of people to make a difference. And we want you to do that. We want you to contact your legislators. Don't assume they're going to vote our way, just because they may have voted our way sometime in the past. They are under tremendous pressure to change their votes. You need to get out of the bleachers, get on the field, and be part of the action.
The issue that comes up so often is, well, this is a civil rights issue. First of all, rights have nothing to do with marriage. If you're in marriage to defend your own rights, you're in it for the wrong reason.
That's right.
The only reason we go into marriage is to give up our rights. How many of you men have found that out? Not be better. Every person in New York State has the right to be married. That isn't the issue. It isn't a civil rights issue. What is trying to be done is redefining the definition of marriage. There is only one marriage. It is God ordained between one man, one woman, and designed to be for life. But the change that's trying to be made is to say that everyone ought to have the opportunity to be married. That's already there. We don't need to change that. But there are limitations on who you can marry. And so, you can't marry your mother. You can't marry someone that's blood relative. There are limitations on who you can marry. You can't marry someone of the same sex. That's the way it should be.
While I was a youth pastor, I had the opportunity of coaching football. And back in the 80s, I was in California and coaching in a big football program, 80 students. And the head coach came to us as coaches one Sunday night. We used to look at films every Sunday night. And he said, fellas, he came in tears and saying, I realize out of the 75 to 80 football players we have, only 3 have a mom and dad in their home.
Wow.
Only 3. And this is a city out in California, a big city. And he sat there and cried and said, we're in a different day and age today.
All right. You've heard from some of our speakers today, and you've now seen the Mayday for Marriage RV. We want to tell you what the Mayday for Marriage initiative is all about. It goes like this. This RV will be crisscrossing across the state, hitting legislative districts and local communities, reminding voters that the issue of marriage matters. This is a pro-marriage movement. We believe that marriage is between a man and a woman. That definition should remain that way. This is a pro-marriage movement.